Beyonce, shut your mouth. Good morning. Hey guys. I just got both of the kids into school. I'm literally right outside the school. And we're late. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit today about having 2 children on the spectrum. It's not a bad thing that we're talking about this. It's just, I get the same amount, I get the same comments over the last year when I mention that Everett is also autistic. They're like, wait a second, did I miss a chapter? Maybe, but I'm pretty sure I put a video out last year that said he was autistic, but let's talk about it. Would you believe me if I told you that we are already out of sourdough and raspberries? We have to grab a couple things.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Valine, this is your best friend. Just calling to say love you. Okay, bye. Give my babies a kiss.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
How are you doing?
Just checking in on you and the babes.
I dropped one.
Oh, I just got out of Aldi. I'll show you guys what I got. I got way more than I intended to get, which is so annoying to me, but it's stuff that we kind of needed. Some I wanted, some I needed. When's the last time I went to Aldi? I did an Aldi haul. How many days ago was that? Then I won't feel as bad if it's not that. 8 days. I haven't been to the grocery store in 8 days. Good job, Lauren. Rapid fire Aldi haul. Paper towels. I got this for dinner. Sweet mustard kale bacon pizza. Looks delicious. I'm gonna put it in the freezer right now. One of you guys actually told me this. The sourdough at Aldi doesn't actually have sourdough. It has something in it. An ingredient we don't like. If I could specifically recall it, I would tell you. But she did say the Italian loaf has better ingredients, and this actually has sourdough starter in it. And so I picked up 2 loaves of this instead because the kids don't care and it's just as good. So 2 loaves of the Italian style bread with better ingredients than the sourdough even. And it has sourdough in it. Love that for us. Yes, both of my kids went through that bread. Well, I should say the whole family went through those 2 loaves of sourdough in 8 days. Yep. Whipped cream, peppermint mocha almond milk creamer. I didn't know it was almond milk when I got it, but here we are. This is my favorite creamer, by the way. The Chobani coffee creamers are my favorite. Tortilla chips, goldfish. Our Aldi had poppies, so I got 4 poppies. I love freaking poppy. Love it. It's a prebiotic, probiotic soda. Very good. 4 packets of taco seasoning, sugar-free instant pudding, because I'm going to be making protein pudding with protein shakes I got a week ago. These are the strawberries and cream, and I got instant sugar-free vanilla pudding. Sandwich bags, 3 containers of raspberries, a pack of bacon, and 2 packages of ground turkey. Actually, we prefer ground turkey now for tacos instead of ground beef. It's actually really good. I don't mind it one single bit. So I got 2 packs, and it's significantly less expensive. Significantly. I just made my bed. And you know what this means. Before we get ready for the day and chit chat, I want to go ahead and say thank you to Helix for sponsoring today's video. I talk about Helix all of the time, and it is for a great reason. If you've never heard me talk about Helix before, welcome. Hi, how are you? I'm Lauren Brazee. It's so nice to meet you. You've never been here. Helix is a mattress company that delivers mattresses straight to your door. You go online, you take the sleep quiz, and they will match you with the mattress that is best suited for your needs specifically. One of the things that stood out to me and still stands out to me as a brand with Helix is their Helix Plus mattress. This bad boy right here, I mean, honestly, it's iconic. The Helix Plus mattress was made specifically for plus size people, big, tall, big and tall, tall or big, or both. It is made for that. When I took our sleep quiz almost 4 years ago, we were matched with the Helix Plus mattress, and it has been a game-changing, life-changing experience. I have less shoulder pain, less back pain, less pain in general when I sleep on this bed. Something that I love about Helix is that they have a 100-night sleep trial. You can sleep on your bed for 100 nights, and if you don't love it, you can send it back. They also have financing options because a mattress is a huge purchase. It's not something most of us can go out and buy. So I love that they have a financing option because that is girl math to me. Helix also offers a 10-year warranty on all of their mattresses. If something was to go wrong, you can replace it in that 10-year time frame. Helix is also fiberglass free. That matters. It matters big time. I love that Helix is fiberglass free. I know when I'm sleeping on my bed and when my whole family is sleeping on their beds at night that they're not breathing in anything disgusting or nasty or bad for them. And I've said it once and I'll say it again, Helix sleep accessories are the GOAT. As the kids say, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Their sheets are iconic. They are the best sheets ever. If you're thinking of adding something else to cart when you're purchasing your mattress, please, for the love of everything, try the sheets. just trust me on this. Just try them. As always, if you guys want to try Helix for yourself, you can go to helixsleep.com/LaurenBrazee for 20% off of your Helix mattress. I will leave everything linked down below for you to check it out. And thank you again, Helix, for sponsoring today's video, the last week's video, all of the videos. I've been working with Helix for so long now. I love the brand, I love their products, and honestly, they have taken such great care of our family over the years. I really do respect and admire them as a company and as a brand when they are working with someone like me. I'm just a regular schmegular person, and they have gone above and beyond for our family, and I'm really, really thankful for them. And I'm really thankful for their products. I think the products speak for themselves. So many of you have purchased Helix mattresses and absolutely love them. I get asked about them daily. Isn't that crazy? Because I talk about them so much here. I get asked about them daily. Do you still have the code? I sure do. I will leave it all linked down below for you guys. Now, let's go get ready. You ever just want to like not, you know what I mean? Like you ever just want to do this? Oh, I shouldn't have laid down. This was a huge mistake. I'll do some stretches. Oh. Also, how fun is this shirt? So I have been feeling disgusting for like literally the last week. Also, it's because I had my period, so it's just now starting to chill out. So I'm sure that's why I feel gross, but I just feel like bloated and gross and self-critical and fat and huge and disgusting. So the way I combat that for myself is I put a little paint on the barn, and we just so happen to always have to talk to each other as I'm doing it. I know I haven't shown up here a lot in the years like I used to. I have been getting the comment a lot lately. That's what I was talking to you guys about earlier, is like I must have missed a chapter. I had no idea Everett was autistic. Yeah, girl. I made a video. It was like, I think it was actually a year ago, because he had his IEP meeting and we were doing early steps, and I'm pretty sure I talked about that. Didn't I talk about that? But if you like haven't missed, or if you missed all of that, I know I show up here randomly and sparingly. So you may have missed it because I didn't do like a, I don't know, it just wasn't like a dramatic, like he's autistic. Like I didn't have sad music in the background. I didn't make it a big thing, just because it's really not a big thing. At this point, it's our life. Our whole house is neurodivergent. I've come to terms with that. I accept that. And I knew, I would say when Everett was a year, a little over a year, I knew I should call them red flags, because in the standard terms of like parenting, there was some things he was doing where I was like, oh, wait a second, this is oddly familiar. And sure enough, I was totally right. Is this the right concealer shade? I feel like it's not. I knew right after Ev's first birthday that he could potentially be on the spectrum. Although he is so different from his sister, the spectrum is a spectrum. So obviously there's like a million different places you can be on it, and everybody is different, just as all humans are. So it wasn't the same deal as Sissy, where I was like, oh yeah, for sure Ella is. Everett had a speech delay, and he just had a couple of little stimmy things where I was like, yeah. But the thing that I did differently with Everett is I was like, I accepted it immediately and was like, okay, we must move forward and start early intervention. I cannot sing the praises of early intervention enough. I immediately went to early steps, or like Easter seals. I don't know what that's like for every single person in every state, but early intervention, we started. He got a therapist right away. We started evaluations right away. I put him in like a preschool type half-day program for a little while. That was great. And now his doctor ended up giving him an autism diagnosis so that I could start the process of getting him services. So he has not technically had, like he's had a million evaluations, but not like the evaluation through a neurologist or a child psychologist. He has not had that. We are still on a waiting list to do that. It takes forever. I was very blessed to have a pediatrician who I was open with from the very first day he was born, his first appointment. I said, if I ever notice anything, I just need you to be on board with me and listen to me, and we can tackle anything together. And she is fantastic. And the second I was like, yep, we're seeing some stuff, she was like, all right, let's go. And she was able to say he has an autism diagnosis so that I could move forward with services. He is autistic. I mean, you know, when you know, he is definitely autistic. But for me, I just didn't want to drop the ball and waste a bunch of time if I didn't have to. So like, I don't know what level. I know there's levels to that kind of stuff now. It wasn't like that when Ella got diagnosed. I have no idea. Couldn't tell you. I have no idea. All I know is that he definitely is on the spectrum somewhere, and he is benefiting from early intervention and therapy. He's in ABA therapy 3 days a week. He goes to the same school as his sister. He's on a different side of the school, and their ABA program it's wild, because ABA obviously for a lot of people are hesitant about it. There's, you know, certain stigma that's attached to different forms of ABA therapy. It's changed dramatically, obviously, over the years. It's, when done right, it's incredible for kids to learn how to communicate and be able to advocate for themselves. And that is why it is so important to me to do it and have it done right. And Ella went to ABA therapy, and they were great for a really long time until I realized that it was too much, and there was some stim suppressing talk between her. We just weren't on the same page towards the end, and I just didn't like where it was heading. So when we pulled her from that, it was during COVID and everything, and then she started at her school now, and they just do it right. They do it right. They do it right. It's more just one-on-one and really figuring out and like catering to what each child needs. And the stark difference between like Ella's early intervention days and Ev's early intervention days is it's just evolved so much. And I feel like it's way more tailored and nurturing even to our kiddos. And he's thriving. He's freaking thriving. He's talking. He's got over 100 words now. He's able to communicate, and he's been in it since July. He only goes 3 days a week for like a small amount of time, and it's made a huge difference. So yes, I have 2 autistic children. I do. I don't know how that happened. Obviously I do. I feel like obviously it's genetic, because we did things a lot differently with Everett than we did with Elle, just based off of my past experiences. There's a huge age gap there. I learned a lot. And I also knew, I feel like God kind of set me up and was like, hey, you have all these tools now, like you got this. And I just went through the motions all over again, and I'm so thankful for both of them, and I'm thankful for what autism has taught me. And I feel like I was made to be their parents, and I feel like my story with Ella really was a beautiful way of helping and teaching me things that I would have never learned any other way that I needed to learn. And it really just gave me all of the skills I needed to help Ev and bring him up, and like the 2 of them together. I'm just super thankful for both of them. They're both doing amazing, but they both are on the spectrum, which is why when the thought of a 3rd child was coming, I was like, I know my limits. You know what I mean? Like, my children are beautiful. They are healthy. They are loving. They are kind. They are funny. But like, I know my limits, and clearly this is genetic. We have not done genetic testing. I don't plan on having any more children in the future. It would never sway me. Like, if I were to get pregnant, I wouldn't do anything about it. Even if I knew I was having an autistic child, like, it's fine. I will love this child, and they are mine, and I love them. But I do know my limits, and I know that I'm tapped out, and I feel like I have given and am giving all I've got to both of them. And I think bringing a 3rd child in would be a disservice to both of them. That's why I was freaking out about it. I just, honestly, I don't know if, I know I can do anything, but I just don't know if I should, you know what I mean? But it's just true. It's like where I'm at in life right now. Like, both of the kids are settled, they're happy, they are thriving. We are still working through Ella's anxiety as hormones get in play and everything. I mean, like, kids are forever evolving and changing, but they're both doing really well, and they are both autistic. And as I am aging and evolving with them and doing all of the things that are required of receiving an autism diagnosis, I'm just, you know, coming more to terms with the fact that I am on the spectrum probably as well. I'm not gonna go through all the testing. I'm not gonna like get evaluated. I'm just speculating, honestly, because I'm just speculating. Like, obviously John and I are neurodivergent in some form or fashion, because we have things that we also struggle with now, or struggled with as kids, that you see a lot of yourself more in your kids as you age. You're like, oh wait, maybe they did get that from me, and maybe the OCD is a little bit more of my thing, and maybe the ADHD didn't come from Red Dye 40, maybe it came from mommy, you know what I mean? So you did not miss a chapter necessarily, but I just held back a lot on like everything here on social media, so it's not something that I like made a huge giant deal out of when it happened at first, because I was just like, you're just doing the next right thing and trying to get everyone where they needed to go. And now that everyone is pretty much where they need to go, which is awesome, I feel like I can like breathe a little and be like, yeah, we got an autistic household over here and they are doing well. And if I ever encourage anyone to do early intervention and like, don't dig your head in the sand. Yes, kids are kids, but extra help. Sorry, hold on. Yes, kids are kids, but extra help never hurt anybody ever. And even if long-term you don't need it or like things change, there's never anything wrong with a little extra oomph. Ev's autistic. He's on the spectrum, so is Sissy. I assume probably a little bit of myself. My mom, it's so funny. My mom, they're getting a new roof on the house and my old bedroom is upstairs and she found a notebook. I had a hard time in school. I was a yapper, been a yapper since birth. I had a hard time focusing and a hard time everything, honestly. I had a hard time focusing, I had a hard time shutting up. I had a hard time getting good grades because I was just more interested in being in the mix and not being able to focus. And I have a certain way that I learn really well. Like people have to show me. I remember when I was learning how to edit and stuff, like it was really hard and still so, not anymore because I've done it so much and like I've learned, but I had to have, I had to have someone teach me and like sit in front of me and show me how to do stuff, because that's just how that's how I learn. It's how I learn best. And that's not the environment that I necessarily was able to learn in as a kid. And I just ended up like socializing and like said F it. And my mom found the notebook of like, because my mom did everything. I mean, she was a guidance counselor. She tried everything to help me be my most successful self in school. And it was not for nothing, Mom. You did a great job. You did fantastic. Like you really put your whole effort into it. But I just really struggled, and she found a notebook of like every day I had to have my teachers sign this notebook and tell like my mom how my day went, or like it was just a way for them to communicate, because back in the day, that's how things worked. And every single page was like, talking a lot today, too much talking, ask her about talking, won't stop talking. And here I am, yapping on the internet for a living. How did that work out? What a dream. That's why I think I feel less scared now raising neurodivergent children. Is like, the world is endless, opportunities are endless, and I'm going to give them every opportunity that I possibly can to be successful and have a really happy, fulfilled life, no matter what. So it's so wild, because I think even 10 years ago now, if autism was just so scary and terrifying and unknown to me and just like felt kind of like a death sentence, obviously it's not that dramatic, but back then it felt like it. And now I'm just like, it is what it is. We're fine. My kids are healthy. They're healthy and they're happy. That's all that matters. So yeah, that's a lot of talking for me to tell you. Surprise, Shadi! I got 2 autistic kids. And it's so crazy how different they are. They're very different children to raise as far as like where their ages are now. They're very different. They're also a girl and a boy, so I don't know if that adds anything into it, but Everett is way more social and doesn't get easily overstimulated or like upset by noises and stuff. And his sister is very sensitive to sound and social settings. Like it's not her thing at all. They're just very different that way. And then they have things that are similar, like their drastic food sensitivities. That is the one thing that is like plagues me the most as a mom, is that they struggle with food as far as trying things. I just want them to try stuff, but it's just not that simple. When you have AFRID in the mix, which is like, do you know what AFRID is? I don't even know the definition of it. I don't know the like, basically they have major food sensory issues, and like we have very limited food. So the foods that are healthy that they do like, I always have and are always offered to them, but I just wish they would try new stuff. That's like the one thing I struggle with the most as a parent, is like, I just want him to eat like a chicken breast or something, and I want Ella to try a blackberry, but that's just not my story right now. We're working towards it, and there's always ways to advance and improve and evolve. But yeah, was that a lot of talking? I feel like it was. I don't know why my teacher said I talk too much. I clearly don't have a problem with talking. See you soon. Bye, friends.